Welcome to my Vision News. Three news stories. First one is about diaspora, Ethiopian diaspora's involvement in Ethiopian conflicts. Whenever there is conflict in Ethiopia, religious, political, armed, how can diaspora remain out of it? Diaspora always becomes involved. Now, when church has split between factions led by Abune Matthias and Abune Sarios, diaspora is stepping into some protests planned for tomorrow, and some churches today announced their support for one faction from US. Secondly, in North Shore Zone and Oromia special zones of the Amhara region, there were clashes which led to dozens killed last week. For around a week, Dasi to Addis Ababa road remained closed. Now some arrests are being made of administrators. Local government officials are being arrested. 6 arrests are being confirmed in Oromia special zone of Amhara region. And lastly, viewers, in Somalia, a regional conference is underway. Army chiefs and defense ministers from neighboring countries, Djibouti, Ethiopia, Kenya, and Somalia too, they are participating in this summit. Firstly, viewers, diaspora, Ethiopian diaspora is always involved in support of one or the other party in Ethiopian conflicts. We saw that during 2-year-long civil war in northern Ethiopia. Diaspora was heavily involved. Some diaspora factions support Oromo Liberation Army. Others support Fano too. Tigray has a very active diaspora community. Now, when we are seeing a new conflict unfolding in Ethiopia, religious conflict between two factions of Orthodox Church, diaspora is stepping into. Firstly, on Wednesday, a protest is going to be held in front of Ethiopian embassy in Washington. The protest is going to be held by those who support Abune Matthias-led Orthodox Church. They are rejecting a new synod established in the Oromia region of Ethiopia. So mostly you would see ethnic Amharas, though there could be others too, at Wednesday's protest in Washington in front of Ethiopian embassy. It's a message for Ethiopian government too, that government is backing the new synod. Generally, it is being said the government is behind this new synod led by Abune Sarios. Secondly, 4 churches in Washington, 1 in Washington and 3 in other places, they have announced their support for Abune Sarios-led splinter Orthodox group. Faisa Adogna Church and 4 others, 5 in total, they have announced their support for Abune Sarios-led faction. And these churches have launched GoFundMe campaign as well. They are raising money for the new synod. So, in Washington, one group going to protest in coming hours in front of Ethiopian embassy in support of Abune Matthias-led faction. And in Washington, a church is announcing support for Abune Sarios-led faction. So split which is in Ethiopia among Orthodox followers is now going to be seen among diaspora too. Can diaspora play a positive role in uniting the church? Let's see. It will be interesting to see the reaction of Oromos living in the US. What will they do? We know that large number of Oromos in diaspora in the US support Oromo Liberation Army. Secondly, viewers, last week there were heavy clashes in North Shore Zone, Oromia Special Zone of the Amhara region. Dozens of civilians were killed, dozens of members of Amhara Special Force were killed. Amharic news sources accused Oromo Liberation Army that OLA was behind an attack on a camp of Amhara Special Force near Jivaha. And we saw large-scale displacements, property destruction as well. Now, some arrests have been made by Amhara regional government, it seems, in Jile Dimoga. Top local government officials have been arrested. Jile Dimoga is in Oromia Special Zone of Amhara region. And from Oromia Special Zone, reportedly OLA fighters managed to enter North Shore Zone of Amhara region, and Jile Dimoga administrator has been arrested. Deputy administrator arrested too. Head of security in detention, and 3 Abagadas arrested as well. Muhammad Aliye, who is administrator, I think. Head of security is Mohe Umar Alivo. These people are in custody. Regional forces, federal forces arrested them. Why? These people appeared on Oromia media network and they said that there was no OLA in the area. That fighting was between local Oromos, local Oromo farmers and Amhara regional forces. That is why perhaps regional government, federal forces have taken action, and these government officials are now in prison. OLA does have its presence in Oromia Special Zone, from where it entered North Shore Zone of the Amhara region. But these people denied OLA's presence in the area. That is why regional government, federal government have arrested them. Thirdly, viewers, in Somalia, a regional conference is underway. Somalia Frontline State Summit is the name of this conference. Regional army chiefs and defense ministers are participating from Djibouti, Kenya, Ethiopia, and Somalia. Top security officials, military officials are participating in this meeting. Agenda is very clear. Somalia wants regional support in the fight against Al-Shabaab. Al-Shabaab is hitting back Somalia's forces since Hassan Sheikh took office in May last year. Have been trying to contain Al-Shabaab. They have launched an offensive. Locals are on board, tribal leaders on board, to international communities supporting a little, especially the US, which has been conducting strikes on Al-Shabaab hideouts in different parts of Somalia. Now, a regional effort is needed. Only way to contain, to eliminate Al-Shabaab is regional cooperation, because it's a long border. Somalia, Ethiopia border, Somalia, Kenya, Somalia, Djibouti. Somalia's forces, they cannot secure this border. And Al-Shabaab is a threat, which is not only a threat to Somalia, but to the region as well. Al-Shabaab fighters tried to enter Ethiopia a few months ago. They entered Somali region of Ethiopia. Then they were expelled. Same is happening in Kenya. Al-Shabaab fighters enter Kenya. They carry out attacks there. So Al-Shabaab is a regional threat. That is why this regional conference is underway. Where is Eritrea? Not called for this meeting because it does not share border with Somalia. Though Eritrea is a key player now, it has trained more than 5,000 soldiers of Somalia's army who are going to be part of this offensive against Al-Shabaab, and Isaias Afwerki is going to visit Somalia in coming days, reportedly. But Eritrea is not part of this security conference. I think Eritrea should be made part of this conference because Eritrea will play a role in the fight against Al-Shabaab in coming months, you would see. That is what seems to be intention of Isaias Afwerki. That is why he trained Somalia's army, navy, air force, and now he wants a major role in Somalia. Thank you for watching.